Hey everyone, it's 7fingers. Uh, I'm at the library, so I got to be a little bit more quiet. All right, today, first off, I'm going to start with a rant. Yeah, I rant sometimes. Uh, the rant is people on Pub Mobile not playing together. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. You're on a team. You purposely join a random lobby or something like that, and you're on a team, but you don't play as a team. Why? Why? Why even join? Why? So, if you're going to play as a team. If you go into a singles match, then you don't need to worry about it. If you're playing in a doubles match, then you're on a team. If you're in a squad match, then you're on a team. So play as a team. Okay, thus ends the rant. Uh, so how do you like the zombie mode? Uh, I'm liking. I That's one of my favorite modes actually, or favorite portions of the game. I'm hoping that they don't get rid of it. Uh, I'm not too sure if they're getting rid of it this month or next month, but I heard that they're only going to keep it for a little while. Hopefully, they get enough people that want to keep it so that they keep it. That's my want. That's my wish. That's my hope. Yes, because I like it. Uh, so, what are your thoughts? I'm not sure if anybody joined me yet, so um, you'll have to leave your comments if you watch this later. I'll be doing one of these every day at 12 p.m. my time, so it's Central Standard Time because I'm in Minnesota, uh, the cold white north. Right now, it's not too terribly bad out. It's a little bit windy. Say the wind chill, it's probably about mm, 10 degrees, maybe, I think. So with the wind chill, it's probably around -2, -3, 4, 5, 10. I don't know. Anything that gets cold is just cold. And then it goes in increments of cold from then on. Um, I don't even know why they have a thermometer. As soon as it gets to like below zero, it should just go in increments. You should have, dang, it's cold, or oh my, it's cold. And then, like, every 15 degrees, just do a different increment. Like, for the first one, oh my, it's cold, or dang, it's cold. For the second one, it's cold. For the third one, oh my God, I can't believe I'm out here. And then after that, it's just, I am a complete moron for being out here. Uh, Break it down a little bit, make it easy on everybody. So that's where I am, and that's the weather for the day. I'm not much of a weatherman, but hey, uh, if you've lived in Minnesota or you've lived around Minnesota, you'll know what I mean. It's cold. Uh, so that's that. Today I'm in the library, like I said, so I have to be quieter than normal, which also means that you don't get to see my dog. I know, sad. Dixie likes seeing you guys, but unfortunately, library dog. She's not uh, certified personal assistant or anything right now, which I'm hoping hoping that I can get her trained good enough to be a personal care dog and everything. Since I have this, yeah, this right here, it'll hopefully help. Uh, Pain level today isn't too terribly bad, even with the weather. I'm able to make it. Getting up this morning though was kind of a challenge. But like I said yesterday in my video, you don't have to like it. You just have to do it. Um, so how are you guys doing? I mean, I don't see anybody on my live feed, so you'll have to uh, message me, I guess. Hopefully, you'll do so because I definitely want to hear from you. Um, Basically, this is just, you know, talk about the game a little bit, talk about what's going on with me right now, find out what's going on with you guys right now, that kind of stuff. So when you do tune in, make sure you comment, let me know. And while I'm reading your comment, I'll give you a shout out. Uh, One of my friends on the game, his name is Niz Khalifa. Some of you might know him. He just recently got into another car accident, and he said he broke his back or something. So if you see him on the game, you don't give him a shout out or whatever, or he watches my videos, so you can give him a shout out on here too if you don't know him. If you're a praying type person or anything, you know, shoot some prayers his way and his family's way because he's going through a tough time right now. Uh, that kind of thing is always good. Community support, awesome. Gotta have it. Without support, it's just everyone for themselves, and that gets to be a little bit much. Uh, like I said yesterday, on my other video, everybody struggles with something. Whether it's um, trying to get a job, health issues, car broke down, whatever, And that's one of the reasons I go on the game as much as I do is because it gets me away from myself for a little while and helps me focus on something else. Um, yeah, my eyebrows are going crazy. And helps me focus on something else for a time. Now, for myself, when I'm in too much pain, that's when I do it mostly because I can immerse myself in the shooting of other individuals, which kind of sounds crazy, um, or zombies or whatever, and it gets me a different avenue for putting my energy into. So, you can use that on your own for trying to deal with some things, but don't make it a crutch necessarily. Be careful that you're not doing anything to get away from what's going on. You got to face those things. You can't just hide and pretend like they don't aren't going on. You got to face everything that you're going through head on, deal with it, and then hopefully as soon as you gotten done dealing with it and it's a past issue, just leave it in the past because it's not something that you should have to keep going back and forth to after that. And if you look at it kind of like the game, you get done with a match, you rant and rave over what happened in the match, and then the match is over. You go into a new match. Uh, the other match really doesn't matter all that much. Life is the exact same way. Uh, you finish that match, you get it over with, you learn from it, you rant and rave about it a little bit, go on to the next match. Uh, Everything in life can basically be put in that same category. Uh, some matches are longer than others, and some are real quick. It's just like in the game. You might drop in a hot spot, you die, game over. Hopefully that's not life, because we don't want any of you to drop in a hot spot and die, game over. We try not to do that. No. So um, the game kind of, can be a reflection of how life, could work, I guess. You get done, rant, rave, don't like it, kick rocks a couple times, go on. Uh, but to keep on playing that match over and over in your head and everything, it's a waste of time. You can't change it. It happened. Go on to the next one. Uh, which reminds me, in the game, have any of you that actually play noticed that uh, at times the light will go really really bright and then darker, and it's just random like that, like you're uh, going to a room in a house or something, all of a sudden it's really really bright, or three times as bright as normal, and then all of a sudden it's back to uh, kind of shadowy. I don't know if that happens to anybody else. Maybe it's just my phone being strange at times. Um, so there's other little things that I've seen that kind of make me wonder about the creators of the game. Like, on third person, you can't do it on first person, but on the third person, you can stick your gun through a wall and shoot somebody, hmm or get shot by somebody. Um, I'm not too big of a fan of that, but it's something that you're able to do for some reason. Um, another thing I think is kind of interesting is the randomness of what you find. I mean, we had a match, I think it was the second to last match that I played. We couldn't find a scope for nothing. I mean, two times out of three times, but we couldn't find any other kind of scopes at all. For like the rest of the game, uh, I started out with a mini, switched over to an SKS, and then switched over to a Car 98, and I finally got a four times scope, like towards the end. Uh, so the randomness of what you find is kind of interesting sometimes. Uh, and vehicles, man, we found vehicles everywhere in that match. Other times, you look and there's no vehicles anywhere. I don't get it. Whoever came up with this is an evil genius for messing with people's minds. Uh, you'll have some matches where the people are just crazy good, or crazy good at hacking, maybe. I don't know. Because it seems like sometimes you'll get into a match and you see some really shady things, and you're like, I wonder if that person's hacking, or if that's just how good they are. So, I don't know. Sometimes it makes me wonder. Uh, there was something else in the game that I noticed just recently that was kind of interesting. Um, oh, the jumping. I was trying to jump up on something earlier, and or not, yesterday, I guess, and it just wouldn't let me jump up on it. No matter what way I tried, it just wouldn't let me jump up on it. And one of my teammates jumped up on it right easy as could be. And I was like, how'd you do that? He was like, I don't know, I just jumped up on there. So I went back and tried it again, and all of a sudden I can jump up on there. I was like, huh? I, hmm, doesn't make sense. But it's just odd little things like that in the game that are just like, I, I don't know if they did those things on purpose to mess with people's mind, or if it's just a glitch in the game at times. But whatever it is, it definitely can frustrate you at times and just make you laugh like it does me. It's like, I, I don't get it. Uh, if one person can jump up on there, then everybody should be able to. So, I don't know. Uh, one of the things I wish that they would bring into the game is the Car 98. I don't know if many of you have used it or not, but I kind of like it. Uh, but it has no attachments except for you can put two different butts on it, like the Car 98 bullet loops and the cheek pad, and you can put uh, the compensator, flash hider, and suppressor on it, of course. But they should have a bayonet for it because the original one you could put a bayonet on it. That was one of the things that was great about it was because it was an old gun like that. You had trench fighting and stuff like that, so they had bayonets, and it would be super cool if you could put a bayonet on it and then stab people with the bayonet. I mean, they should do that, right? Bayonet, stab people. Come on, work with me here. Uh, oh, another thing. On the zombie mode, the knife on there, if you stab somebody with it, does a wicked amount of damage. You can almost stab somebody twice and kill them. I mean, it's just insane. A real person. I mean, zombies, you gotta slice them a couple times, but I found the liquor, the little uh, animal looking thing that chases you and growls and all that kind of stuff on the zombie mode. Actually, the easiest way to kill him is with a knife. Yep. Kneel down and wait for him to come to you and slice him with a knife. Back up a little bit, slice him some more with a knife. That's the easiest way I found to kill that thing. Uh, 7.62 works fairly well, but like I said, the knife works better than anything that I've found. Uh, Zombie mode also grenades. They work a little bit for zombies, but not, you know, yay, I just killed somebody with a grenade. No, uh, grenades are a little bit lesser on the zombie mode unless you're going against a regular player. Uh, the zombie grenade works pretty well though. It even works against the boss. If you have a zombie grenade and you let it off at the right time, it'll help you kill the boss too if you're by yourself or in a scenario where two of your teammates got killed and the other two are crazy enough to go after the boss by themselves, which would be me. Um, the zombie grenade really helps. Um, Another thing, the Gatling gun, the M134, works really good against players, but the wind up time on it takes like 2 or 3 seconds before it'll actually fire because it has a wind up to, you know, shoot. Uh, the flamethrower works really well against other people too. Um, but those two, out of those two, I would, if I was in an ending match type thing, I would keep the flamethrower and throw away the M7 and 134 because it's slow and it also makes you move a lot slower. So if you haven't used it, those are two things that you're gonna have to be uh, aware of. Is the Gatling gun is awesome, but it winds up slow, and it makes you move really, really slow. So be aware of that. The flamethrower doesn't change your movement all that much, and it works really good against the zombies and the normal players. Um, the other thing about the M134 is it takes a lot of ammo. It's kind of like the M249 as far as that goes. I mean, uh, the M134 takes 7.62, the M249 takes 5.56, but they both expend a lot of ammo. So if you're going to use them, you're going to have to use a lot of ammo. Um, but in the zombie mode, you really don't have to worry about how much you carry all that much because it doesn't matter if you're going in there with the bag you came in with or backpack that you came in with, or if you get a level 3 bag, you carry a lot more in the zombie mode. So say you go in with just a regular bag you go in with, uh, it allows you to carry like 3 times more than you can in the other modes. So you can carry approximately as much in the bag you drop with as you can in like a level 2, um, from what I've seen. I could be wrong on the calculations, but I think that's about it. And then the level 1, you can carry about as much as you can in level 3 and level 2, on and on and on. So if you get a level 3, you can carry just an insane amount of stuff. Uh, so that's the cool thing about zombie mode. That's a little about zombie mode in the different firearms. One thing that I just posted uh, was a tutorial on the zombie mode. In that tutorial, I tell people don't worry about the ammo you pick up. Pick up uh, if you have an AK-40, I mean a AKM and an M16A4. You have all the ammo for them, and then all of a sudden you decide to switch to uh, a up 9 for whatever reason. Then all of a sudden you decide to switch back to an AKM. Don't drop the 9mm. Keep it because you can carry a lot more. So that means you can carry a lot more ammo for everything. So keep the 9mm ammo, even though you don't have a gun for it at the time, or vice versa. It can work with any firearm. Uh, 45, 5.56, 7.62, 9mm, whatever. Keep the ammo because you never know when you're gonna run out. Because I mean, you using a lot of ammo, and you might have an M16 with 200 rounds. Next thing you know, you're out of ammo. So you have to drop that and grab an AKM, and you'll have backup ammo. So you'll grab the AKM. All of a sudden, you have 150 rounds of it, even though you didn't have an AKM to begin with. Now you blow all that off, and you have a 9mm. So uh, you can just randomly pick up ammo. That way, when you're shooting things and they drop things, if they drop a gun you can use, pick it up, rock with it, drop it later. Um, Another thing is sniper rifles. If you use them, don't pick them up right away. Wait until after the second night and then pick up your sniper rifles because otherwise you're just leaving yourself with one automatic and maybe a pistol and then a semi-automatic or a bolt action or whatever for sniper rifle. So don't pick up the sniper rifles right away. Pick them up after the second night. because the second night they drop a lot more good stuff. You'll find like M24s, uh, more SKSs, more SLRs, that kind of stuff. So just pick it up after the second night is over. Have your two main weapons that you can rock and roll with for the whole night, and that way you're not having a slower weapon to drop back on just in case. Uh, I've made that mistake myself. That's why I'm saying, pick two fully automatic weapons to begin with. Pick up as much ammo for the at least three different kinds of guns that you'll come across, and then pick up your sniper rifle at the end. Uh, Scopes, I pick those up randomly. I'll pick up a 6 times and a 4 times, and I'll drop everything else unless I pick up an 8 times. But uh, scopes I really don't worry about too much because there's in zombie land there's tons of scopes. Okay, well, this is 26 minutes long. I'm gonna try to tone it down here, not make it too terribly long and bore everybody. So that's my take on the zombie land, my take on the game in general, uh, my take on life in general. Remember, no matter what you're going through, someone's going through something entirely worse. So don't do the woe is me. Face it, deal with it, do the best you can with it. Ask for help if you need to. Uh, if you need counseling, get counseling. If you need to take something for it, take something for it. But rely on this more than anything. Yeah, if you're depressed and in your head and all that kind of stuff, this might turn you wrong. But if you already know that, you can change this. You can tell yourself, hey, I gotta go do something, and make yourself go do something, even if you don't want to. And it doesn't have to be anything real big. Just go outside, sit on the porch, drink a cup of coffee, smoke a cigarette, whatever it is you do. Just go to the porch. You don't have to travel anywhere or walk down the stairs. If you live in an apartment building, just walk down the stairs and back. You've done something. So do something. No matter what kind of situation you're in, don't let yourself just lay around and dwell on things or get into your head completely. Get out of it. Go do something real quick. Like I said, even if it's just walking to the end of the stairs and back, or going out on the porch and back, or taking your pet outside, or whatever, if you have a pet. Uh, just find something simple. Do it. Keep doing that one thing that's simple for you to do, and build up to other things, after that. It doesn't have to all come at once. So that's my advice for today. If you have any questions, concerns, whatever, about life, about the game, uh, message me. I'll try to answer them. Uh, don't know if any of this kind of stuff helps, but it can't hurt. Anyway, this is 7fingers. 7. Well, 2 there. 5 good ones here. So it's 7fingers coming to you live from the library. Yeah. All right. Peace. Try to find some happiness. Don't dwell on things. And I will see you tomorrow at 12 right here. All right. Peace.